Hello, it's me again, Roxy. Welcome back. I'm guiding you through a little quick flow. So let's start off with our mats or on our mats, standing. Again, you can have 2 blocks or a pillow, 2 pillows, 2 textbooks, but preferably something a little firm. And we're going to use it at the start of class or as we move through class, but we're going to use it right now. So get your 2 blocks, your 2 textbooks, and place it about shoulder width distance apart underneath your hands, and then spread your fingers wide, and then step your feet back into a downward dog. So your hips are going to lift up. You're going to look back at your toes, keep your feet hip width distance apart, and your hands are on your block. And so this is our very first down dog of the day, so pedal out your feet here. Melting your hips, or rather melting your heels down, lifting your hips up. And now start to lean into the ball mounds of your feet, lift your heels higher, and then exhale, melt them back. Still pressing into your block. And now generously bend your knees here so you'd really feel the stretch in your spine. Still looking at your toes. And then slowly straighten out your legs. And inhale, gaze forward at your hands. And slight bend with your knees. Slowly start to step your feet till your feet meet your hands. Shoulder width distance apart. Straighten out your legs slightly, but don't walk them out. Let your head still stay heavy. Keep your gaze in between your legs. And still keeping your hands on your block. And just letting your head hang heavy. Shake it out. Beautiful. And now slowly start to press into your blocks. Create a nice straight back, pulling the crown of your head forward. Maybe you're even tenting your fingers if you need to. Or maybe you even have it on the highest settings. Up to you, nice straight back. Soften the back of your knees. Pulling your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, melt it down. Maybe adjusting your blocks. Gazing in between your legs. One more time, inhale, halfway lift, nice straight back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, melt them down. Nice. So grabbing one of your blocks, placing it in between your hands, lifting up. Inhale, mountain pose. Bring your block to your shoulders, and then lift up. Stay here for your inhale. Relax your shoulder down away from your ears. And then exhale, side bend to the right. So I'll face you. Send your hips towards the left as you bring your hands and your block over towards the right. So imagine as if you're rolling over an imaginary beach ball here. You're rolling up and over rather than just crunching. Yes. Still pressing into your block. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, side bend to the left. Send your hips over towards the right. Again, imaginary beach ball, you're pushing up and over rather than just leaning. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back bend. Send your hips forward. Look up at your block. Just squeeze your biceps by your ears as you lift your heart up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold shoulders and down. Soften the back of your knee. All right, now get rid of your block. We'll flow through that breaths and movement now, our sun A. So inhale, halfway lift, nice straight back. You can place your hand on your shins or your thighs, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Squeeze and pretend like you still have that block in between your hands. And then exhale, side bend to the right. This time grab for your left wrist as you lean your body over that imaginary beach ball. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean over towards the left, imaginary beach ball. Inhale, mountain pose, back to center. And exhale, fold, hinge from your hips, maybe swan dive, maybe hands to heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Maybe your eyes are closed, really feeling your movements here, really focusing on your breath. So inhale, mountain pose, reach it up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the left. Now inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend. Maybe cactus your arms and bring it to a 90 degrees. Send your pelvis forward, lift your heart up. And then inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Nice. So listen for the changes. So inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shin and your thighs, nice straight back. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, chair pose. You want to sit your hips back. And now you lift your stomach away from your thighs. And then swoop your arms up so your biceps are by your ears. Maybe you don't go as low, maybe you're a little bit higher. But still lean your weight into your heels. Make sure your knees don't go past your toes. Bring them back. And you're actively spinning your thighs towards your pinky toes. But then squeezing your inner thighs together, keep it nice and active. You're sitting in an invisible chair, sitting on your invisible couch, still reaching your arms forward. Take an inhale breath. Stay for your exhale. I won't hold you here for long. Keep breathing. And inhale, mountain pose. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Breathe. I want you to set an intention for your class today. What has brought you here to flow? And as the month of May is mental health awareness, maybe self-love is your intention. Finding something positive or a nice compliment you could tell yourself as you move through class. Maybe I am strong, I am worthy, I got this. Whatever that may be, keep that quote, that affirmation in your head, and then breathe it in. Exhale it out. Maybe even say it out loud. You're in your own home. You are perfectly fine to say anything you want. All right, breathe it in one more time. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high planks. Moving my block, planting my hands down, stepping my feet back, shoulders over your wrists. Your fingers are still nice and wide. Lower your tailbone down so it's in height with your shoulders to your heels. If this is a little much for you, option to take it down onto your knees. That's perfectly fine, but still keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So maybe you need to step out your hands. Still breathing. Beautiful. Nice. So inhale, shift your torso slightly forward, and then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, slow and controlled, brushing your elbows by your side, slow, slow, slow as you can go, until your chest is the very last thing to hit the floor. Let me move my water bottle. Beautiful. So now your chin is on the ground. Your hands are still by your side. Don't press into your hands, just nice and light. Glue your feet together. Inhale, Cobra pose, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and really press into your feet. So much so that your knees lift off the mat. With every inhale, lift a little bit higher, and then exhale, lower it down. One more time, inhale, Cobra pose, press into your feet, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, nice and light on your hands, maybe hovering your hands, and then exhale, lower it down. Nice. So now firmly plant your hands underneath your shoulders. You can either tuck your toes for a high plank or come back to a tabletop, press yourself up. Tabletops are hands underneath our shoulders, or if you're in your high plank, hands are still underneath your shoulders. Breathe it in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So Downward facing dog is your home point. It's a little rooftop, so think of it as your home base. Check in with your body. Again, notice what feels tense or tight. So scanning your toes, your ankles, your knees, still lifting your hips up, still gazing at your toes. All right, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit down, reach it up. Exhale, stand with your hands to heart center, coming back to your intention. And inhale, chair pose, sit it back down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank or tabletop, your option. And then slow and controlled, brushing your elbows by your side, shift it forward. Lower all the way down. Slow and controlled on your exhale, make it slow. Your chest is the last to fall. Untuck your toes. Inhale, Cobra, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. So listen for the changes. Glue your feet together, closer together. So your left foot is in the center, as close as possible to the center. Then inhale, kick your right foot back. Keep your toes flexed, still breathing. Notice if your right hip wants to shift up. Lower it back down. And then take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Dome your back. And then use your core to bring your knee as close as possible to your face. And then inhale, kick it up. Toes are flexed, toes are facing down. And then exhale, step it through low lunge. So knee to nose first, doming your back. And then plant your feet as close as possible to your hands. Maybe they're not at your hands. Maybe you want to toe heel and scoot it up, and that's fine. Beautiful. Drop your back knee down. Keep your front knee stacked on top of your ankle. Using your core again. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Lift your chest away from your front thigh as you reach your arms up. Nice. So notice your hips here. Is your left hip slightly open? Can you move it forward so it meets your right hip? And if you need a little bit more of a stretch in your right front thigh or quad, lean your pelvis forward. Get deeper into this lunge. You could have your back toe tucked, or you can have it untucked, up to you. Still really firmly pressing through your right heel. Reach it up. Maybe your hands are touching together. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lower it down. Beautiful. Start to tuck your back toe. And then strain out your back knee, coming into your low lunge, tenting your fingers to frame your front heel. And then really firing into the ball mounds of your back foot as you melt your left heel back. Using your core to rise up once again. Inhale, crescent lunge. Press into your front heel, using your core to lift up. Inhale, crescent lunge. Beautiful. And stay for your exhale. And noticing your left hip here. Shift it forward. Shift your right hip back so they meet. Or maybe you're sending your pelvis forward, getting deeper into your lunge. Maybe even softening the back of your left knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Plant your back foot down. Blossom open. Bring your hands to a T. Keeping that front lunge in your front knee. As you extend and tent your arms out. Gaze at your back hand first, just to make sure it's at your shoulder height. And then your front hand. Gaze past your fingers, keeping your shoulders stacked on top of your hips. Keep your legs as they are. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right arm up. Rest your back hand on your back thigh. Maybe you're holding onto your thigh. Again, imagine that imaginary beach ball. Instead of crunching, lift up and over. And take an inhale breath. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your foot. Step your right foot back. You're either in a high plank or a tabletop. Lower all the way down to your belly. Slow and controlled, brushing your elbows by your side. Ooh. Inhale, Cobra Pose, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, plant your hands firmly. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ooh. So now that you know what we did on one side, we have to even out on the other side. So hopefully you go as strong on the second side as you did the first. Now inhale, lift your left leg high. Keep your toes facing down. Gaze at your right toes. And then exhale, dome and curl. So kick your left knee to your face, doming your back, using your core to lift it up higher. And then inhale, kick it up. And then same engagement here, exhale, dome and curl. Then step it down. And then slowly start to tippy toe your feet up if they don't meet your hands. Have my towel. And then slowly start to lower your back knee down. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Using your core to lift your chest away from your front thigh. You can have your back toes tucked or untucked. And lifting up. Shift your right hip forward, left hip back so they meet. And if you want to get into a deeper stretch with your left quad, send your pelvis forward. Beautiful. And slowly start to lower your hands down. Tuck your back toe, straighten out your back leg. Feel your right glute fire up. And then using your core, lifting your chest away from your front thigh, pressing into your left heel for stability. Inhale, crescent to lunge. Lift it up. Beautiful. Again, noticing your hips here. Shift your right hip forward and your left hip back. Maybe you're gazing up. Maybe you're connecting your fingers together. Up to you. Take another inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Keep your front knee as it is. Seal your back foot down. Bring your hands to a T. Nice. So your back leg, to get engagement in your back leg, press into your back heel or the knife edge of your foot, and then still keep that front lunge. Notice if you lost it here. Extending your arms long, gaze back at your back hand. Make sure it's at your shoulder height. Front hand, look past your fingers. Keeping your legs as they are. Inhale, reverse warrior. Rest your back hand on your back thigh. Reach your top arm up. Again, imaginary beach ball here. Rather than dumping into your right, lift up and over. High five behind you. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, cartwheel, frame your front foot. Step your back or front foot back, either in a high plank or tabletop. Going through our vinyasa, our chaturanga. So inhale, shift forward. And then exhale, lower all the way down, slow and controlled, brushing your elbows by your side. Untucking your toes. Inhale, Cobra Pose, lift up. Exhale, lower your chin down. Tuck your toes, plant your hands firmly. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ooh. All right, let's flow through those postures if you can remember them. Breath to movement now. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step up your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Invisible chair here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Straighten out your legs. Inhale, chair pose. Sit it down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice straight back. Exhale, high plank or tabletop. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, slow and controlled. Untuck your toes. Inhale, Cobra Pose, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Seal your feet closer together. Inhale, kick your right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, dome and curl. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot. Start to straighten out your back leg. Inhale, Crescent Lunge, lift up. Really press firm through your right heel. Exhale, Warrior Two, blossom open. Inhale, Reverse Warrior. Keep your legs as they are. Imaginary beach ball, high five up. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Going through your vinyasa flow. Maybe you're in a high plank. Maybe you're in a tabletop. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower. High plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Inhale, kick your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, Crescent Moon, lift up. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot. Begin to strain out your back leg. Inhale, Crescent Lunge. Exhale, Warrior Two, blossom open, plant your back heel. Inhale, Reverse Warrior, maintain your legs, beach ball over. And then exhale, low lunge. Frame your front foot, step your left foot back, high plank or tabletop. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, lower all the way down, slow and controlled. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Exhale, lower your chin down. Ooh, nice. All right, we're gonna be on our belly just for a little bit. Bringing your left hand right by your side and your right arm straight to a T. I'm hoping you can see that. Gluing your feet together, resting your right ear onto your mat. So you're gonna use your left hand for pressure, so to press yourself open, leaning into your right shoulder. If this is good enough for you, stay right here. But if you need a little bit more of a stretch, a little scorpion, start to cross your left leg over your right, feeling the stretch and tension in your left shoulder. Open up your chest. And then maybe your left hand is right where it is. Maybe you want to reach it up. But focus more on that right shoulder here as it's glued to your mat. And then think of your left leg like a scorpion's tail, ready to sting behind you. Beautiful. Slowly start to bring your left leg over your right. Come back to center. Bring both of your hands right underneath your shoulder. We're going to do a Cobra just to neutralize our spine here. Inhale, lift it up, press into your big toes. And then exhale, lower down. Let's do the other side. Extend your left arm long. Keep your right hand underneath your shoulder, right by your ear. Rest your left temple. Then using your right hand, press your chest open towards the right, but still keeping your temple down. And if that's good enough for you here, feeling the pressure in your left shoulder, that's perfectly fine. Or you can start to scorpion. Cross your right leg over your left. And then again, think of this as your scorpion tail, ready to sting. Encourage the opening in your chest as you feel the stretch in your left shoulder. And then slowly start to bring it back over. Come back to center, hands by your side, and then press yourself up to standing on your knees. Standing on your knees, hands behind you, a camel pose, squeezing your elbows by your side, keeping your feet hip width distance apart, or you can grab your block, place it in between your knees. Inhale, camel pose, lift your chest up, and then over. Again, that imaginary beach ball is back. So you're leaning on that imaginary beach ball behind you, lifting up and over. It's a big one. big imaginary beach ball. Imagine the ones that people sneak in at the Dodger game and then it's like floating around. That one, but even bigger. All right, so breathe it in. And then exhale it out. Nice, and slowly come back up. Melt down, take a seat. Again, coming back to your intention, that affirmation. Feel how strong you are in this moment. I am worthy, I am strong, I am capable. I am a lot more flexible than I thought. That's good too. I'm gonna take an inhale and exhale it out. All right, slowly start to scoot your hips over to one side, bend your knees, keep your feet in front of you, and let's lower down onto our back, slow and controlled. Reach your arms forward, lower down onto your back using your core. Still reaching forward, lifting your chin away from your chest. Are you on your back? My microphone's in the way. Awesome. You're on your back. Rest your hands by your side. Hug your knees into your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale. Your knees over towards the left as you scoot your hips over towards the right. And then glue both of your shoulders down. If you feel a stretch in or you should feel a stretch in your right hip, you could stay right here too. But if you want to get into your cervical spine, your neck, start to gaze over towards your right. Still gluing both of your shoulders down, feeling the stretch all over from your hips to your side obliques, to your neck. And then bring your knee back to center. Give it a little tug just to neutralize and take an inhale. And then exhale, supine twist towards the right. Drop your over towards the right. Scoot your hips back, your left hip over. Putting both of your shoulders down. And then if you did so on the other side, arm, left shoulder, get into your cervical spine here, your neck. And then slowly come back to your knees, back to center. Embrace the back of your thighs or the front of your shins. Roll yourself into a tight ball. Show yourself some love by giving yourself the biggest embrace, the biggest hug you can. So much so that your arms are shaking. So much so that you're kissing your knees with your lips, or maybe you're actually kissing your knees. That's fine too. And inhale it in. And exhale, Shavasana. Lay it flat, spread, take up as much space as you need or want. Readjust. Lose consciousness of your breath. Relax. Lose consciousness in your thoughts. As you ungrit your teeth, unfurl your eyebrows. Let your toes fall open. Let your fingers curl. So my friends, you're more than welcome to stay in this posture and enjoy this much deserved rest. But if you're ready to be guided out of your practice, begin to deepen your breath. Inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. And then side out exhale with a ha. Nice. And slowly bring movements back into your body by wiggling your fingers, your toes, moving your jaw side to side. And slowly start to hug your knees into your chest. Roll over to your favorite side for fetal position. Letting your bottom arm be your pillow. And then with your top hand, slowly start to press yourself up to a nice, comfortable seat, either crisscross applesauce. Just however you want to sit. Root down through your sits bones. Pull the crown of your head up. Lift your heart up. And then bring your hands together at your heart center. Thank your body for showing up to class today, dedicating this moment in time for you and yourself. And bringing your hands together in the space between your eyebrows on your forehead. Bow forward from my heart to yours. Namaste.